The Beak Book, written and illustrated by Robin Page. This is a nonfiction book about the beaks on birds. Bird beaks come in many different colors, shapes, and sizes. From the time they are born, birds use their beaks, sometimes called bills, in many unusual and amazing ways. This is a ruddy duck, and this beak is for straining. The duck's soft, flat bill filters seeds, plants, insects, and small animals from the muddy bottom of a pond or river. And this animal is the North Island brown kiwi. This beak is for sniffing. The kiwi's nostrils are located at the end of its long beak. This allows it to sniff out the earthworms and other underground snacks. This is the double-crested cormorant. This beak is for tossing. The cormorant dives and snags a fish with its hooked beak. Then the bird comes to the surface and flips its prey into its mouth. On the right side, we have the shoebill stork's large, heavy beak is perfect for crushing lungfish, catfish, and the occasional lizard or baby crocodile. They use their beak for crushing. This is the keel-billed toucan. This beak is for cooling. The toucan's large beak radiates heat and cools the birds on hot days. This is an American flamingo. This beak is for filtering. The flamingo turns its beak upside down to filter algae, insects, and shrimp from the water. On the right, we have the roseate spoonbill. This beak is for snapping. As it slashes its spoon-shaped beak back and forth in shallow water, the spoonbill snaps up any prey it touches. On the left, we have the common tailor bird. This beak is for stitching. The mother tailor bird uses her beak to sew a nest for her chicks. She stitches leaves together with spider web silk, forming a cozy nest. On the right, we have a crossbill, red crossbill, and this beak is for prying. The crossbill uses its unusual beak to pry open a pine cone and eat the seeds inside. This bird is the great blue heron, and the beak is for stabbing. With a quick thrust of its deadly beak, the heron stabs a fish, frog, or other small animal. On the left, we have Steller's sea eagle. This beak is for ripping. The eagle has a powerful hooked beak for ripping its prey into bite-sized pieces. On the right, we have a scarlet ibis. This beak is for probing. With its slender curved beak, the ibis probes sandy shorelines and marsh grasses in search of prey. On the left, we have a black skimmer, and that beak is used for skimming. Flying just above the surface, the skimmer dips the lower half of its beak into the water to snatch a fish. On the right, we have a South Island takake, and this beak is used for plucking. This flightless takake plucks leaves and grasses with its short, stout beak. This is a sword-billed hummingbird. This beak is for sipping. The hummingbird hovers in midair, sipping nectar with its long, thin beak. This beautiful blue bird is the hyacinth macaw, and this beak is for climbing. The macaw uses its hooked beak to grasp branches as it climbs a tree. On the right is the oriental pied hornbill, and this beak is for battling. Male hornbills use their impressive beaks in mating battles with other males. On the left is the pileated woodpecker, and this beak is for drilling. The beak of the woodpecker has a sharp tip that can easily drill into a tree trunk to find the insects hiding beneath the bark. On the right is an Australian pelican. This beak is for scooping. Using the expandable pouch that is part of its beak, the pelican scoops up a fish. On the left, this bird is called the king vulture. Then this beak is for shredding. A vulture's hooked beak is the perfect tool for tearing into a dead animal, the bird's favorite food. On the right, we have the Atlantic puffin, and this beak is for clutching. The puffin uses its flexible hinged beak and the sharp spines that line its mouth to clutch several fish at the same time. This beak is for tap, tap, tapping. They use their beaks to help them hatch too, don't they? And breaking out of an egg. This is a ruddy duckling. Many baby birds use a special egg tooth attached to their beak to break out of their egg. After a while, the egg tooth falls off. If you check out this book, you can see where all the birds are from this story in this book, where the birds live and what they eat, and their size according to the size of a human on the left. You can see some are much smaller and some are much bigger, and they live in all kinds of places across the country. So this will be a really fun book to look at a little bit more information about each bird.